And who is that?
Terence Crawford. That's it. You know, I'm 41-0 for a reason. You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes.
Our job is to line it up. And us fighters, we're warriors. We always want to fight.
Following the heated argument about who would win, Floyd Mayweather issued a direct message to Crawford. Flo's warning was plain. Crawford could be pursuing something that does not exist. He reminded everyone that Mayweather, who reigned boxing, retired on his own terms, and he was not about to allow anyone change that legacy.
Me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Flo stressed to Smith that boxing is about more than just who is now the hardest in the ring. It's about who dominated the situation when it mattered the most. Floyd believes Crawford's decision to wait until his mid-30s to pursue this showdown is too late. He believes the greatest impact and historical attention may have occurred years earlier.
In a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters.
That statement coincided with a heated conversation on Stephen A. Smith's show, during which Flo and Crawford engaged in a rare direct exchange that drew notice from the boxing world. Mayweather maintained his composure, but each phrase was impactful. Essentially, he told Crawford, "You can beat anyone you want, including those I've never met, but you won't change my legacy with that." Flo cemented his own nearest dominance, while abruptly reminding Crawford that he arrived too late to compete with him at his best.
I don't want to lose because now society has shaped things to where if a fighter lose, they talk so bad about, oh, he's a bum. I knew he was overrated. Oh, y'all hyped him up, and now they got to hear it. But back in the day, they didn't have social media. You know what I mean? So all that wasn't in their...
However, this is more than just two warriors exchanging words. It provoked a heated debate among fans, fighters, and commentators alike. Active fighters such as Ryan Garcia have joined the conversation, escalating the dispute. Garcia is known for speaking his views, and he didn't hold back during a recent Inside the Ring segment. Leon Marco, a former NFL great, declared that no one impacted the game like Floyd Mayweather. Garcia abruptly interrupted in a worst way. Garcia argued that Floyd dominated not only the ring but also the commercial aspect of boxing. Floyd, according to him, chose his opponents that suited him best frequently after warriors like Pacquiao or Canelo had reached their peak. He never faced anyone truly in their peak, Garcia claimed, arguing that Flo's legacy was shaped more by strategic matchmaking than unrivaled in-ring ability. According to Garcia, this method transformed boxing's culture, encouraging fighters to safeguard their records rather than actively seek the most difficult assignments.
Like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather, y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think...
Max Kellerman chimed in with his opinion. Kellerman, known for seeing through the noise in boxing media, suggested that depending on your perspective, Crawford may have a stronger claim to legacy than Floyd. He emphasized that Floyd carefully chose his opponents, particularly after rising past the lighter classes. While his record is packed with great names, Kellerman stated, people remember the fights fully avoid at key moments. Crawford, on the other hand, has continuously pursued every opportunity that has presented itself, despite the fact that his resume is not as extensive. That desire to fight everyone, Kellerman added, connects with fans and analysts when determining a fighter's genuine legacy.
Gee, listen, man, Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168.
And that is precisely where the dispute begins. Achievements versus timing. Mayweather's resume is packed with icons. Mayweather has fought renowned fighters such as De La Hoya, Pacquiao, Canelo, Hatton, Marquez, Mosley, Gatti, Corrales, and others. Still, pundits such as Garcia and Kellerman argue that the timing of those matches diminishes their significance. By 2015, Pacquiao had passed his prime. Mosley turned 38 after a long layoff. Canelo and Cotto battled under catchweight conditions, and Cotto had previously undergone tremendous physical strain while Floyd claimed victory in every match. These critics questioned how dominant those victories were.
Like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, you know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy.
Crawford, on the other hand, may not have a lengthy portfolio, but the quality and aim behind it tell a distinct narrative. He never timed his challenges. He faced Sean Porter while he was still a serious threat, demolished Errol Spence at 35, and astonished the world by defeating Canelo Alvarez, a super middleweight. Crawford was not ducking anyone. The promoters and networks were hesitant. He was labeled a high-risk, low-award fighter under Top Rank, and spent years chasing big-name fights that never materialized. Crawford was in his late 30s, and he finally secured Spence.
Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement?
Crawford at 38 is undefeated at 42-0 with undisputed titles in 3 weight classes and victories over Gamboa, Postal, Jeff Horn, Porter, Spence, and Alvarez. However, when compared to Mayweather's immaculate 50-0 record, the numbers somewhat favor Floyd. 8 fewer victories may not sound like much, but in the legacy discussion, every single triumph counts. Crawford, on the other hand, possesses a card Mayweather never played, allowing him to compete in a 6-weight division. If he drops to middleweight and wins a title, he would accomplish something Floyd never attempted. Mayweather retired at 154, creating his legacy there, but he never pursued 6 divisions. Crawford's unwavering determination to take on ever larger problems could be the tipping point in the legacy debate.
Floyd had a lot of craft that mimicked some of the things that Sugar Ray did. So does Terence. And Terence is psychologically a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the same kind of capacity to be charming and then in the next 30 seconds to turn on his fire. And that, I think, is part of what he's going to take into.
The time of their careers adds another dimension to the discussion. Crawford won his first world title in 2014, barely a year before Floyd ended his reign with wins against Pacquiao and Andre Berto. Their windows barely overlapped, but the opportunity existed. If Mayweather had remained active, a fight might have been possible. However, by that moment, Floyd was more concerned with maintaining his legacy and with pursuing new challenges. This is the point he made on Stephen A. Smith's show. Please don't ask me right now. If it was meant to be, it would have occurred when the stakes and attention were at their highest. That moment is over and the what ifs are gone. Crawford's recent victories cannot entice Floyd to return to the ring in retrospect.
Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah,
there's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got a pioneer, right? Yeah, you got it.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't.
Fans haven't stopped visualizing the matchup. At 147, Mayweather was a defensive genius, practically untouchable, shredding opponents round after round from the ages of 28 to 38. Mayweather has a 12-0 record at welterweight, dominating the weight class for 10 years. Crawford at 147 pounds was an aggressive and versatile fighter. He was a switch hitter with both knockout power and a strong competitive spirit. Over the course of 5 years, he went 8-0, frequently handily defeating opponents. He adds height, reach, and adaptability to both stance and style, making the potential battle even more intriguing.
That, Crawford wasn't running from him. He was very confident that he could stand there and trade, a lot of times with Canelo.
Crawford fought a brilliant fight. he fought a brilliant fight. He stayed at the right range. He didn't engage with Canelo when Canelo was trying to get him to engage with him. And he took control of the fight and he did what he wanted.
In a hypothetical matchup, Crawford's size, power, and constant pressing would test Floyd's famed defense in ways few others could. Fans commonly mention Paul Williams, a tall, high-output welterweight, as a faux Floyd because of the matchup issues he presented. Imagine combining Crawford's switch-hitting abilities, southpaw power, and ring IQ. It's easy to understand why many believe Mayweather may have had to battle harder than ever to keep his perfect record.
So strong. That's what I said. Why are you talking about 54? None of them dudes gonna get you up. If you truly beat Canelo, why not be the greatest fighter in the existence of boxing? Like, Bivol was the only dude to beat 2 undisputed active champions. Like, he beat Canelo as an undisputed champion, and he beat Better Beef as an undisputed champion. Bivol, historically, might go down as one of the greatest to ever do it. If you beat Bivol and you beat Canelo, I mean, Crawford might have surpassed.
However, Floyd admirers say that his style was specifically built to eliminate tenacious fighters. He wasn't only swift and elusive, he was efficient. Floyd did not need to throw dozens of punches, landing the right 20 to 25. Forcing his opponent to miss many more was enough. Floyd might have employed the same techniques he used to delay Canelo in 2013 or to neutralize Ricky Hatton's aggression in 2007. Then there's the question of directing the attention. Floyd wasn't only a boxer, he was a PPV powerhouse, the man capable of commanding entire weekends. Crawford, despite defeating Spence and Canelo, never achieved that level of influence. Flo's competitive advantage was more than just skill. It was also timing, leverage, and stage control. Crawford is amazing, but he has never used that.